Well, hello, Cover Down Friends. How are y'all doing? You just seen our reel come on. We're going to have pork chops, which Mama's getting started, mashed potatoes, and a can of pork and beans. That's the easy supper. If we're going to eat bread, we're just going to eat light bread. That's our normal bread for that meal. Today I'm going to make it something a little different. Don't know if I made this for y'all or not. It's apple chutney. Let me get started. This is just our chopper. This is the original that we started out with. The new one is red, and it is on sale. People tell me, John, tell us when it goes on sale. We got a better sale than I've ever seen, and I'll tell you why. This and this is $137. And you get this. That's what it costs. But they're red. Mama can show you the red ones. But now they're $87 for both, and for the first time since I've ever known, you get two of these housings.
I can't reach.
You get both. You don't just get one. Used to, they had to sell, you got this, and you had to share this. So now you could give this as a present. Right here's what the new ones look like. This is the little one. You could give this as a present. This is that red. We kept our original ones because they're so dependable. I didn't have to switch up. But anyhow, that's it. If you look at this red plastic. And you get both of these, and it's $87. Folks, if this is something that, if you name one thing that we use so much of, it'd be this and the Macro Grill. But anyhow, I've warned y'all, I told you it's on sale. Let's check out some chutney. What on earth is chutney, Mama told me earlier? Chutney is a fruit and vegetable, nut and spice relish. It's just a relish. It's just a bunch of stuff mixed together to make a delicious meal. I love apple sauce or apple something. I feel like I'm having to scream over this thing. But I love it something with my pork chops. This is so easy. This is about 2 apples just quartered and peeled.
No, that's more than 2.
Mama, trust me. I've been eating them.
Oh, you've been eating them.
It's about 3 when she started, but I sat here and eat them. This is raisins, just plain old raisins. And I'm just going to put what we have left. You may put more or less. These are all measurements of your heart, quite literally. So around 2 apples, Mama said she started out with 3, but trust me, I ate 1. Because these are so good. I've just been eating them, sitting here while we was waiting.
Oh, we're going to have enough for supper.
Oh, we got some. We got some. Alright. Now, like I said, it's fruits and vegetables. You can put squash in here. You can put anything you want. And spices. I've never made it with pencil seed, but 2 or 3 recipes had it. And I thought, you know what? I think I'll try a little fennel.
Just a little.
Just a little. Not much. You can put a half a teaspoon in there. I put a sprinkle because Mama's done watching me. If she hadn't been watching me, I probably would put more. This is pumpkin pie spice. So what I'm doing is I'm basically cheating. Because I could get out the cloves and got out all these other ingredients. Ginger, cloves, allspice. I find pumpkin pie spice is my shortcut for all that stuff. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon in there. This is another thing I like about this chopper. I was just chopping up my ingredients and stuff, and then it dawned on me, you can make it in there. You can make it right here. This is just a little bit of vanilla, and a teaspoon of that goes in there. This, of course, is cinnamon, and I'm going to put a shake, shake, sprinkle, sprinkle. Not too much, it can get powerful. This right here is the something you don't want to leave out for sure is a good hearty amount of brown sugar. And I'm going to put 2 heaping tablespoons, maybe more. Now, because I want it to taste good, I'm going to put a little bit of salt in it. Not to make it salty, but to make all the other flavors pop. That's pink Himalayan ground in there, but you do you.
That's your flavor.
Vanilla? Yes, ma'am. Alright, well, let's see what we end up with, folks. You see immediately it starts blending all that goodness together. I'm watching in the side. And so I got what I wanted. A relish. Now, all I'm going to do is take this over to the stove and I'm going to put it in a kettle and let it come up to a boil. Don't have to cook the apples done, but you can if you want. You can get them as done as you want. Apple chutney for pork chops. Thank you, Mama. Let's clean this out good. We want to get all the goodie right out of here. Now, folks, it don't get a lot easier than that. This is good with oatmeal if you want to use it in the morning. This is good if you want to use it with your pork chops or just as a good healthy snack. You can take this little mixture, put it on a graham cracker. It's delicious. And it's so easy. And as Mama says, that sounds fancy. You can impress your guests and say, we're having pork chops and apple chutney tonight. Gonna heat that up, folks. You gonna do it, Mama? We're gonna heat that up and boil it up. And that's what we're gonna do. Mama's got the potatoes a-boiling over there. The pork and beans are already here on the table. And the pork chops are soon in the making here. They're only on 250. You want them low and you want them slow. Mama, did you get the lid out for this?
Oh, I laid it down here. Get that out. I didn't want to.
I'm going to put the lid on it for 2 reasons.
Here's
For one reason, it's so loud. Boy, it's a loud process to fry anything, especially when it's right here. So let's tilt you around. Don't fall off your little stand. Bring you down where I can see it. So that looks really good. Doris, it is. Once you heat it, all them flavors bloom. And you got all them flavors. You can use each individual flavor, but I like to just use pumpkin pie spice because I needed some cloves in it and some nutmeg, cinnamon. Those are good hearty spices. And I cheat with pumpkin pie spice a lot of stuff I do in the fall. Like if you want to make cookies or something. It's not just for pumpkin pies. Hello from West Virginia. Joyce, how are you? Made meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and baked beans. Fake that sounds delicious. Hello, John and Mama. How are y'all? We're doing great, and it's party night, Friday night. It's a good night. Yummy, Melanie says. You don't have to have applesauce with pork chops, but it's a good traditional thing. And you can make a chutney any way you want. That's not the chutney. It's anything you want to make into a relish using fruit, veggies, and spices. And it's very good. Very good. And it'll last in the refrigerator for a little while. But once you get it boiling, all those I mean, you've got cloves and you've got nut, you got all that pumpkin pie in there. It's not going to taste like a pumpkin pie. And I put a little extra cinnamon in it, that vanilla. It's just a good little quick and easy. And the chopper is great for that. Making coleslaw in the chopper. I used to do the carrots and the cabbage in the chopper. I'd make my dressing in a bowl. I'd add that to the bowl and I would stir it and do all that. Now, I just use the chopper. And like animals, sometimes, Mama and I have just eat right out of the chopper. I mean, it's just a big, deep bowl. If it's just us sitting here eating. And then put it one time in a storage container to put in the refrigerator. But if you got company, you want to put it in a bowl. But the deal of the day on it is the fact you get 2 of these mechanisms.
Oh boy, is this ever smelling?
Does it smell good, Mama? Mama's enjoying the chutney already. In the past, you got this, just like this. And you get the blade and you get the cover on it. You want to keep those covers, folks. That's not packaging. That's safety when you're storing it. I keep it on the big chopper and these are sharp. These are the original ones we got 4 years ago. They were clear.
Yeah.
The ones you'll get now are the red tone. But always before, you got this and that with the big one and one of these. You get 2 of these. Which means you don't need the little one. Gift it. It'll come in a little separate box. Gift it to someone. You got a student going to college and they may make them a little something. Let them take this. We use ours. Now I use this little one as much as I use the big one. If I'm making hot dogs and I want to chop up onions right quick, especially if we're taking onions to church or going to chop up 3 or 4 onions, I can chop them up in here in about 2 minutes. No tears. You can make your own homemade chutneys. You can do anything with this. You may not be able to make it like I did, but you can make individual ingredients and dump it with a small one. But it's a handy-dandy little time saver. It's one of the things I use the most. This and our Macro Pro will be the 2 of the Tupperware products we use more than anything other than maybe the knives. It's got a rubber bottom on it. It won't slide when you're trying to pull that string. Mama says I get pull happy. Every pull of this string is 12 knife chops. Can't beat that. 124. I mean, you got it chopped in no
You've
time.
not turned those yet, have you?
No, ma'am, but I will. She's telling me, you're talking too much and you're
I
not
can see
turning.
them getting brown.
You're not turning the chops, John. That's what she's saying. Let's give these a turn. That's perfection right there. Turn, turn, turn. Little chop, chop, chop. I'm going to tell you, that's hot. That cooks hot. But they're $137 for both if you buy them in the combo. $87 now. That's a good deal for both of them and both mechanisms. That's the word I can't get over. Never seen that.
Well, it's the first time I've seen it.
Mama said the first time she's seen it, and she's been dilly-dallying with Tupperware since the 70s. Okay, folks, let's drink coffee. And let's talk about the week, talk about the day, talk about the beautiful weather. 83 here today, thank the good Lord it's cooled down. We're feeling good about that. I'm ready for the weekend, so let's have some good temperatures. Lord willing, I hope to be up early in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock. Maybe sitting out on the swing at 6, watching the fog and looking at all the beautiful birds. I just can't wait. I love September, October weather. Love to be out early. Don't know if I will in the morning, but I like to go out and build a fire in the fire pit. Just sit out there and relax and drink coffee. I've got a new fire pit. Got to get it put together, and it's got a griddle on it. A rack. It's got something on I can make coffee on. That's all I'm worried about. And I can swing it around. So I can pull that over the heat, put my pot of coffee, my camping pot of coffee, and I can sit out there for as long as I can and just drink coffee.
We might have chores tomorrow. You may not get that relaxing all day.
Did you hear her? Mom, can I not have one bubble for 5 minutes here?
Yeah, you can have it for
You
5
burst my bubble. What chores are we talking, Mama?
Well, that's stuff we need to get done.
She's got a chore list.
Well, I ain't wrote it out yet, but it's in my mind.
Those are the worst ones. I have no evidence. If she writes them down, at least I have some evidence that, Mama, it's not on the list.
I've learned that.
Mama, are these indoor or outdoor chores?
Well, these are a lot of indoor chores. Your little baby got some paper towels and got them scattered out there.
Mama, that is circumstantial evidence. You do not know it was one of our children.
Yes, I do know it's one of our children.
How do you know?
It's all over the driveway.
It is, and I admit there's some paper towels out there, but not a lot. But we found them
They
there.
got them from the neighbors. I don't want to say it.
We found those 3 paper towels at the most.
Well, if it's just 3 towels laying out there, I done pick them up.
Well, I think it's 3 towels that have been scattered.
Been divided and divided. And
But I think my theory is those 3 towels blew in here in the winds, and probably a cat, a dog, a raccoon, or something
a dog.
scattered them. Squirrels.
Now, we're not blaming no little squirrels for that. They got a blame for a lot of stuff, but not that. We're not
They
blaming.
probably had peanut butter on them towels, and them squirrels smelled it. I don't believe Abby or Oliver would mess up the front.
I think they did.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to pick them up and clean it all up in the morning. But I still don't think they done it. I believe it was a victim or victims of circumstantial evidence.
If I go find paper towels between Abby's teeth.
They've been there since yesterday. I think, yeah, okay. If you find paper towels, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Well, she's eat 2 times since then, or 3 times. Well, yeah, I did throw some snacks
Mama, let's
out.
change the subject to this beautiful weather.
Okay, we have beautiful weather.
Have you enjoyed it today?
A little. I didn't get out much.
I mean, you've looked out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mama's been cleaning. I knew when I came home today that there would probably be a chore list, to be honest with you. I can tell when things were kind of getting momentum. It's kind of like a bicycle going downhill.
I love to go downhill on a bicycle.
I seen shiny stuff, like floors, and that cabinet doors look shiny. Have you been cleaning on those cabinets?
No, I need to do that. That's one chore we need to do.
Why do I
baby.
open my mouth?
I do want them clean before long because
Like before Sunday morning, probably.
no, it don't have to be that quick. But so when I start decorating, I want them.
Are we in decorating cleaning mode already?
Well, we got to get cleaning to get ready to start cleaning. Are you seeing something?
Well, I'm looking out the window and it kind of looks like it's going to rain.
Oh no!
It was sunshine when we just got on here.
Yeah, it was pretty.
All right, folks, we're about done. Potatoes are done. We're going to mash them. We had mashed taters. I can't remember the last mashed tater meal we had.
We had it with some ham.
Some ham
Oh,
last
boy.
night. Mama's happy about the chutney. And usually she's a little apprehensive. You know how she is. Tonight, she's like, oh boy, because you know why? It smells in here like we're baking pies.
You just smell of that.
It smells like we're baking pies. That's what it smells like. So here it is, folks. The little apple raisin chutney. If you don't like raisins, you don't have to use them. You can put anything in here you want. The apples, I didn't chop them up too much, but just enough. Y'all seen what we put in there, but this is just a little relish. Doesn't it look like a relish? I mean, almost like a pickle relish. And there's no limit to what you could serve this with. It'd be delicious with ham. It's delicious with pork chops, pork tenderloin. That's just a good little extra for any occasion. Mama, you want to tempt these chops? We want the pork chops to be at least 160, 165.
Well, they're saying you can have pork like that at 145, but I don't like it like that.
We do 160, 165. You don't want to go over through. You want to try to hit the center of your chop. Boy. These are all registering over 200.
Oh, wow. Get busy, get busy.
All of them are over 200. We have nothing to worry about.
Oh, we'll take those.
They done.
I'll take that up while you mash potatoes.
Well, I was going to do both.
Oh,
Are these Yukon Golds?
no, it's the new, those little new ones that my
Oh, the new one.
sister sent me.
Oh, Mama had a gift today. My cousin, Mama's nephew. I started to say favorite, but I wasn't get that started. He's got a brother, and he's the youngest. And me and his brother always had to. It's been so long that since I've used the potato masher, it's gone.
Oh, no.
Yep, it is. I bet it's in this dishwasher. Anyhow, my cousin, the little one, the young one, we always had to kind of,
Here, use
give in, and they'd say, give that baby that. So we always said he was the favorite. Y'all ever feel that way? You got family like that?
He's 6 months younger than you.
Yeah, that's what I always said. Not enough really to make that big a difference, but we sure made a difference. He's like a brother to me. Mama's like an extra mama to him. His mama's like another mama to me. We've been close our whole lives. So, it's all good family. I don't know what it would be like to have a brother, but I very much figure if I had two brothers, they would be, I'd feel about them just like I would my first cousins. You know, I read a thing the other day that first cousins are your first best friends and your first, that's so true. First cousins teach you how to be a friend, how to play well together. There's a lot of good family things. And some people I know that have brothers and sisters, they'll say, you know, their first cousins are closer to them than their own brothers and sisters. And I don't think that's a rare thing. I think that's pretty common. Mama, what have you put in here?
Butter, salt, and potatoes.
No pepper?
No pepper. Yeah, oh, I see it now. I start asking where this
Okay, let's get some pepper. And salt. Pepper. Any of y'all concur on the first cousins? Any of y'all got first cousins that are like brothers and sisters? Maybe you have brothers and sisters and you can do the comparison. I don't have anything to compare with, except I'm pretty close to them. I think all the time, I mean, this is just me talking, but I think really and truly, both of them like me better than they do each other.
You're hoping anyway, ain't you?
I think I'm the favorite.
If you'll hand me that lid, I'll give you some room.
Oh, this is hot, Mom.
We don't want you burning.
No. Yeah, I think out of the three of us, I'm the favorite. Just deductive reasoning. I'm gonna go with it until I hear different.
Are you, got your coffee and water?
I've got coffee and I got water, Mama. I'm as set as ready to go.
Well, I'm gonna get water.
Okay, taters are ready. This masher, I don't know how I made it all them years with only this one. It don't get in there like my Tupperware one does. You can tell I struggled a little bit with this one. Out of practice on how to use the old timey ones. That ain't too loud, is it?
Here, I will take that.
Mama's right here. On the spot. There's a little bit of potato. Those are good.
Big stop, so it won't be hard to wash.
Those are good potatoes, Mama. You can taste the fresh. Those are really good.
They are. She just dug them.
They were in the ground last night.
No, they not in the ground.
Mama, you could have left that and it could have sounded good.
They did them last week.
Last week. It was in the ground last week.
You want bread or what they are?
I want it really bad.
But are you gonna eat
No,
it?
ma'am.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
I got potatoes. Now, if it was a piece of cornbread. Okay, let's do a flyover. So there is those pork chops we just made, low and slow. They're definitely done, over 200. This is just a can of pork and beans. Van
That's
Camp.
been one I bought because it's not good.
No, I shake mine and it gets real juicy. This is the apple chutney I just made for y'all.
Out of pressure.
Out of fresh apples. And there's them delicious mashed potatoes. That may not seem like a lot for all y'all, but
It's
that's
a lot
what
for us.
That's what we're using. Let's bless it. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for this food. We're thankful that you helped it grow and we're going to be able to be nourished with it. We're thankful, Lord, that we're able to sit here together and partake of it. Lord, be with each and every prayer request that's out there. Answer every heart's need as only you can, dear Lord. Dear Lord, sadly enough, we've had a terrible display in our country of violence of children this very week. And our hearts have gone out to those families. And we just pray, Lord, you put a hedge of protection around each and every child. And watch over them, dear Lord. Watch over our nation. Watch over our world. In your blessed name we pray. Amen. Let's do continue to remember those folks. I just can't. Every time it happens, I'm amazed that we're still having to deal with that kind of thing.
It is so sad.
I think our children, and I'm not political in any way, but I think our children and our nation should be top priority.
Oh, yeah.
If it means metal detectors in 2 or 3 places, at the gate of the school, I don't care. If it means armed guards, whatever it means, we should be able to provide that for our children. And I don't care who's in office, I don't care which party you're talking about. That should be a nationwide concern. We should never
number one.
have to deal with a shooting in a school again. That's my 2 cents and I'm going to quit. All right, Mama. Mashed potatoes, pork chops.
What was that show you watched?
That was, I'll quote it so I'll get the credits to the right people. Peter Brady on the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
And he said, pork chops and applesauce. When I was a kid. But now you always had apple something with pork chops.
Yeah.
So that wasn't news to me back then. Now here we go with the delicious chutney. Now it does have a little brown sugar in it. And it's probably not carb free.
No.
I mean, probably.
Not healthy.
But boy, it sure is good.
It is smelling wonderful.
Let's try it, Mom. I'm gonna try the chutney first because I know what everything else tastes like.
It smells so good, getting hot.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
I know it. Make you think of Thanksgiving for sure. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That little bit of fennel did help it. It gave it that little, almost a licorice overtone. You can taste all that. You taste that little bit of fennel?
Yeah.
It's good in it. Thank you, whoever put that in there. The other flavors, honest to goodness, you know and I know we just made this, but it tastes like something that may have been canned and opened up and just served tonight. It may be an old fashioned cannon, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like apple butter.
Can you reach me a knife to cut my pork chop, that little orange one?
I sure
I
will.
forgot to get us any.
These are on sale too. Reduced price there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put much fennel. You see me put a sprinkle. But it's good in it.
Yeah.
There's some paper towel dogs.
Yeah.
Folks, if you've never tried it or you thought, well, how silly, try it. Try it. And if you don't have apples, you can substitute applesauce. Those potatoes.
I had applesauce in there, and then I looked in the other refrigerator and seen them apples.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, we'll have fresh apples.
Those potatoes are some of the best potatoes I've had.
It's 'cause they're fresh.
I mean, hands down, I can taste the goodness.
Fresh.
And this pork chop, let me have a burger.
Yeah.
It's not tough, it's just needs a little help. Mm-hmm. Pork chop low and slow, put a lid on it. Makes it tender. Boy, a piece of light bread.
Mm-hmm.
That light bread would mess the whole meal up.
You think it would?
I know it would. Who needs that mess? It's a habit. It's a habit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Done and done some more. It's just perfect. It's not overcooked. Mama, this is a delicious meal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's hear your comments on that chutney.
It's good. It smells wonderful.
Mm-hmm. If you're wondering what I put in it, we'd love to have your whole dinner. Well, thank you, Patricia. I put, let's just say 2 apples, peeled and quartered. I put vanilla in it. I put brown sugar in it. I put pumpkin pie spice in it. Put just a dash of fennel. And I put a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. And
Vanilla.
then I said that.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
And raisins. Now that's my combo. And I'll vouch for it and say it's delicious. But you can put anything you want to in it. It's just, all it means is apples and fruits, vegetables, and spices. But this is apple, and next time if I had something else I wanted to add, I'd just throw it in there. It's good. It would be good with some of them craisins that that Angela sent. But you can't beat it. This is something you can put down at Thanksgiving or on a Tuesday night. It's good. It's real good. Now, I didn't give you any measurements on purpose because you could do 7 apples and a half a bag of raisins. Measure with your heart. I've measured, nothing I put in there tonight was over a teaspoon. But you just want to measure it with your heart. What flavor profile you like and how much you want. Put a teaspoon of vanilla. I put cinnamon. I did put cinnamon in it. Put about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Probably a good teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Had all that blend in it. But you could cut any of that out. You don't have to put the fennel. It just gives it a licorice profile. If I was going to cut everything out and do the very basics, I'd put the apples, the raisins, the brown sugar, and the pumpkin pie spice, and a touch of salt. A little bit of vanilla wouldn't hurt,
Yeah.
but you could. You really need those basics. I'm going to get a little bit more of it because I've sat here and sampled and eat till. Them pork and beans was good, Mama.
They're a little drier than I like.
Does anybody else eat pork and beans just as a side? Is that anybody does that?
We always have.
We always have. It's not only a side with pork chops with us, but when we used to be in the cornfields, it'd be a side with bologna and crackers.
Yep.
Good eats. Well, Mama, I'm glad you didn't. We did a lot earlier, but I'm glad you didn't take the pork chops off the menu tonight.
I was too ashamed to. And you've not once said them old greasy pork chops that I said.
You didn't say it tonight either. You said, I've got potatoes peeled and pork and beans already open for them pork chops.
And the apples peeled.
And the apples peeled. She had worked herself up today. And I said, oh, them old greasy pork. I didn't say it to her, but I thought, oh,
you didn't say
them old greasy pork chops from last night.
I didn't mean for it to sound that bad. They're good.
She was mean, and I don't think I can eat pork chops tonight.
That's exactly. I don't think I could have.
No, you had drunk that V8 juice at lunch.
It was good till it hit my belly.
And sometimes it does that, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Orange juice does it the same way. Tomatoes, sometimes we get too tomatoey. Mama don't do well with that either.
Mm-hmm.
But she's doing good today.
Yeah.
Doing good. She's been doing chores. I could smell it and see it. I love to come home and smell cleaner.
I'm just going to open up some cleaner and set it right.
Probably would work for me.
So this is the best I can do.
You know the smell of a good clean house. You all know that smell. It's wonderful.
What was it said? I'm not old and lazy. I'm just old and conserving energy. So I'm conserving energy.
It's fine, Mama. Folks, that's all we got tonight. Mama, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think we've done good.
Oh, those old plates. These were Granny's. These were my Granny's. The Courier and Ives is what these are. Hey, Pam, how are you? Looks good. Well, thank y'all. Well, Mama, if you ain't got anything to add, we'll let these folks go. They probably got supper to do or something.
Mm-hmm. I'll get ready to go to bed or anything.
7:15. Y'all stay up another hour anyway. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.